with a short week and going on the road to a
Yes.
pretty hype environment.
Yes, going to a short week, you gotta, going into the week, make sure you're well recovered and well rested because, like you said, it's a very short weekend, a very quick turnaround for us. So it's all about making sure our bodies are recovered and keep preparing each and every day so we'll be ready for any situation going into their house and going in. I know I think they're having a blackout over there, a sellout game, so it's going to be fun and we're going to be ready for it.
Obviously, 2 weeks ago, you guys hit Kent State. The running game was awesome. You get in the end zone 3 times. Last week is below the standard you expect. I mean, what's got to change this week for you guys to get back to
Most definitely. I mean, going into every game, we know every game is going to be tough. We're going to face a good defense each and every week. Coming off a stellar game, a stellar successful run game like that, and then going into another week and not having a not so successful run game is part of the game, and we know that. So going into this week, we're going to prepare like we always do and get ready for any situation, any type of front they throw at us, and do everything we can to be successful in the run game and in the pass game as well.
How do you feel? I mean, how do you take it, and then how do you respond after a game like that, where obviously the team wins, you got to be happy with that.
Right.
Not that it was a disaster or anything like that, but I know what your standard is here, and
Most
we've seen it, and Saturday wasn't your favorite. So how is that for you?
Yes. I mean, I think for any running back, going and having a game like I did 2 weeks ago, and then having a game like I did not like a week ago, it's not the standard, but you just got to know as a running back that every game is not going to be your best game, and that's how I think of it. We won, and that's all that matters, and I'm going to do everything I can to contribute and to the team winning, and hopefully come this Saturday, or this Friday, Friday, we'll be successful in the run game.
Yeah, speaking of Friday, I mean, last year you guys had short prep weeks 3 different times, 2 of those Friday games, and then that election week where everyone's each time, it's a short week for everybody. All 3 of those games you guys come out on top, and it was a point of discussion in all those weeks. What is it that you guys do well in a short prep week that's kind of giving you an upper hand?
All right, we just do what we do each and every week, and that's focus on this opponent that's upcoming this week and prepare like we always do, and that's just focus on the details and practice and keep getting better fundamentally. So when Fridays, Saturdays come around, we'll be successful.
You had a big Friday night game last year at Minnesota.
Yes.
Is that in your mind? Maybe I think it was FS1.
I haven't been thinking. I haven't thought about it until you said something. But yes, Fridays tend to be a good day for me. Credit to the O-line. Those guys do a good job. But I'm looking forward to another Friday game. I think it'll be fun for us, and it'll be. I think it'll show us what kind of team we are coming off from a long weekend, coming back into a short weekend, turning around and being able to get prepared for a short week.
Do you guys feel like, going into this, the national eyes are going to be on you a little bit more?
Right.
Being on that spotlight?
Yes, I think going into every week, teams want to get at us just because we are so highly ranked. So we're going to go into every week expecting the best from each and every team because that's just the price that comes with being such a highly ranked team. But that's not our focus. We're going to prepare for every team like it's like they're better than us, and that's our mentality.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things that we can work on. I mean, overall, I think that game's pretty rough for me, but it's good to come out with a team win. I feel like we played good team football all around.
Iowa's zone schemes, legendary in some ways, and last year it really worked well. This year you kind of had some struggles here and there. Is it something small like one guy missing his block and that's allowing penetration to come through, or is there something bigger picture that you guys have?
I mean, there's all things the O-line can work on as a whole. Just staying together and communicating and stuff like that. I feel like once we get all that figured out, we'll be good to go.
Is that type of game where afterwards, you might not necessarily start this Friday, but is it the type of game where as soon as it's over, you want to get back on the field?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Especially, it wasn't ideal how we started out the first half. I mean, we always want to keep getting back out there and getting better. So.
Curious, have you kept up with Kemsley this year?
Yeah, I've been following him quite a bit. Yeah, it's kind of weird how they're throwing the ball now. Not used to that, so.
You're not there anymore.
Yeah.
So you and Kyler, you guys compare mullets at all?
No. He doesn't really have a mullet. It's just long.
Now it's long, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm trying to talk him into one.
Yeah.
I don't think he's going for it yet, so.
Was this your intent all along to play as a true freshman? Did you feel like you had it in you when you arrived in January?
No, my whole philosophy of arriving in January is I was just trying to, get into shape and stuff because I had a lot of bad weight coming out of high school.
Okay.
I was just going to come in, work hard, see where it took me. So.
Did you shake a lot of that? I mean, feel like
how quick
did it?
I don't know. I feel like when I got here, I cut weight right away. I think I lost like 10 pounds right away, which was mostly bad weight, and then just been building it on ever since. So.
Okay. How was the film review this week for you?
For me personally, it wasn't too hot. I mean,
okay.
I'm just happy that the team got a win. As an O-line, we got a lot of things to work on, and I feel like we're taking the right steps. So.
Are you starting to feel comfortable at guard? I assume that this year is that kind of the place you're going to work at for the rest of this year, and then see what happens in the future.
Yeah, obviously I'm becoming more comfortable at guard. I mean, during the spring I was at tackle a lot, and I mean, coming into guard, I feel like it's a lot more challenging because you've got less space to work with, but you also usually always have help. So I feel like it's a good spot to start out at. So.
Are you surprised you're playing this much this early?
Yeah, a little bit. I wasn't expecting this coming in. I was just trying to work hard, work my way up. So.
Right. Yeah, I've seen a little bit. Seems like Maryland's always playing on a Friday night game. So when we're in the hotels, we see those games a little bit. But this week we obviously took a way diver deep into them, and so. Yeah, like you said, it's not a team that we necessarily see as often as maybe like an Illinois or a Northwestern or something, but definitely we've seen them before, and we have a game plan that we were going to execute. So,
what gets your attention watching their offense?
They like the big play. Like I said, they got some good receivers. They got some good athletes. Got a good athlete at quarterback too. So it's all about just limiting the big plays. That's really been our bread and butter ever since this staff got here. So that's definitely what we're focusing on this week.
Seems like he's got a pretty dang good arm.
Absolutely.
Back. Have you seen anyone like him this year?
Well, we've faced some good quarterbacks. There's been some good athletes in the pocket in all 4 games that we've played, but I wouldn't necessarily compare him to any of the other guys. I think he's his own great player. And it just kind of goes back to the same way that we prepared for a Penix or a Purdy. We know what can hurt us. We know what their strengths are, and we just got to try to limit them.
You guys go into games against, this guy's thrown, I think he threw for 378 last week. Mm-hmm. As a secondary, is that gets your attention, I guess, coming into this? And hey.
Yeah, it definitely gets our attention a little bit. But it's like I said, we're not going to change what we do according to that. I mean, we're going to play our game, and we know that we like to limit the big plays, and we know they like to get big plays. So something's got to give, and we're going to obviously be optimistic that it goes our way. So.
In a way, would you say their style suits you guys because they want big plays, and you're good at not letting them?
A little bit, yeah. I personally like going a little bit more against an offense like this, something that we kind of see. They spread it out a little bit more, 11 personnel versus versus what we saw last week was a little bit more irregular, not stuff we see every week. But this is kind of a little bit more of something that we see more often, and so in that sense, yeah, we do like going against kind of a spread offense like this, and we know what can hurt us. We know what's hurt us in the past, and we hopefully can limit those big plays.
You catch back on film from last week.
Just got to take advantage of every opportunity you get, we don't get that many throws or sometimes, so if the ball's in the air and it's thrown at you, you got to come down with it, and I knew that was one of the only balls I could get that game, so I just knew I had to come down with it.
What progressions have you guys made over the past couple weeks in the passing game? Seems like you guys really took more shots downfield to really able to string some nice things together.
Definitely. I mean, as the year goes on, our chemistry continues to grow with Spencer, and he continues to trust us more and more every single week, and you can see that in the games and just continuing to build from our game on Friday, and you'll see that this Friday or Saturday.
You guys last year had 3 different weeks where you had short prep weeks, the 2 Friday night games, and then the one at Election Day off that week. And Rick always talked about the short week, but I think you guys came out on top in all those games in pretty decisive fashion. Is there something that you guys do that gives you an edge in these short weeks? Because it's a short week for both teams.
I mean, just preparing like we do every other week. We have no off day this week like we usually do, but just being extremely locked in and focusing on film more and just being ready to go on Friday.
How difficult was it to track that ball, just the way it was moving, kind of your route, because it's over your shoulder isn't exactly an easy catch?
Yeah, well, I mean, I had to turn over my one shoulder and find the ball, but it was up there for a good amount of time, so I was able to track it and then just locking in and coming down with the ball. I mean, in Nebraska, it was kind of like that 2 years ago, and I didn't hold the ball for all the way down, so I made sure I held on to it, like, and didn't let it go. So, yeah.
You did. How good was this for Spencer, just to be able to get some longer range passes in a game like this, and because you really haven't needed that in the first three.
Yeah, in the first 3 games, I mean, there really wasn't a reason for us to be taking like extremely big shots like that because we had big leads. In this game, we had to throw some shots, and we took advantage of them when the opportunity was there, and we know Spencer could do it, and he knows he could do it, so we just have to continue to grow and take some more shots this week and as the year goes on.
Quarterbacks with big arms like to use their big arms.
Oh, yeah.
And so in his case, he probably was pretty excited to have that kind of happen. I mean, how often has he been able to showcase that in practice or scrimmages?
I mean, every single practice, he pretty much chucks them down the field like that. I mean, when we have a deep route, we know we got to be like really, really sprinting because the ball could go like 60, 70 yards easy. So he's throwing like that all the time.
Are you more than a so-called slot receiver?
I think so, yeah.
I mean, obviously, the play you made Saturday would indicate as much.
Yeah. I mean, right now, most of my plays are coming in the slot, and I'm just taking advantage of every opportunity I get. If Coach Cope and Brian thinks I should be on the outside more, then they'll put me on the outside more, but I'm okay with being wherever I am to make the team better.
A little different. How does that change things?
I mean, was fortunate enough to play in a Friday night game last week, but it's obviously a shorter week, which the coaches have made sure we're aware of. But not really much changes for me. Like we usually have a Thursday off day, so it's obviously going to be a bit different, especially with a later kickoff at 8 o'clock. I think last year was 6 o'clock, so just kind of waiting around, trying not to play the game in your head or anything like that. But I know we're obviously really excited. It's just another opportunity. It's another Big Ten team, so everyone's really excited and looking forward to it.
You like Friday night games? I mean, in college here, I mean, normally.
I actually do. So it's kind of funny. The later we play, the later is for everyone back home in where I'm from to watch. So I think it's a 10 a.m. Kickoff their time. So I'm sure everyone's looking forward to a sleep in because usually the 2:30 games have been a 5:30 a.m. start on a Sunday morning. So it's been a bit of a rough time for them. But I love the night games, and I mean, not that we've had many, but it's just another opportunity that we're all pretty excited about.
Undefeated going into this game, does I know the cliche is every game's important, but does it ramp up now that you're back in Big Ten play?
I mean, I think so. I know, like you just said, every game is important. We're just taking it one game at a time. And I know you guys are thinking like, oh, Penn State, blah, blah, or Big Ten championship. But really, it's literally just one game at a time. It's one day at a time, one practice at a time, one rep at a time. And that's all we can really do is just focus on the present. But like I said before, everyone's really excited and looking forward to the challenge that Maryland faces. I know looking from a specialist point of view, they've got a lot of studs on their specialist unit. So that's going to bring a lot of challenges for all of us.
Played in a hostile environment at Ames. How does that help you when you're going on a road here? This team is going to want to beat a top 5 team.
It does. I know from my point of view and a lot of other guys, it really doesn't affect us. Just because, like you said, we played at Iowa State before, and that was a pretty crazy environment. So I don't think you can really get any worse than that. But we're all really excited playing in front of fans. But I mean, I know for me, I don't play for fans or anyone else. I just play for coaches and a few of the Iowa people, coaches, teammates, and more importantly, my friends and family. So I'm not too worried about the crowd at all.